Yeah, I mean, if you want to go that
back.
deep, yeah, way back. So we both come from a whole family of barbers. Our grandfather was barbers, our uncles were barbers, and we inherited all of their old straight razors and aftershaves and all that type of stuff. And there was one aftershave in particular that's called Schulten's Old Spice from the 30s. And it was like the best fragrance ever, and like we like savored it, like you know what I mean, like we like use very little bits.
Yeah, the new stuff just doesn't hold up. It's like they can't use those ingredients anymore, so it's like special. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then he started ordering fragrances and trying to like recreate it and like try to make more of it. And what happened was we came up with our signature scent, and he started like gifting it as like presents for Christmas to our family and stuff like that, and then to his friends. And then people started asking for it, and he was in a mom's basement and just like making shaving soap and wrapping them in coffee filters. And he just
a mad scientist in the
yeah,
business.
for real. But it started to get out of hand, and he's like the super creative portion of the business. Like he has ideas for days, and I used to own music studios at the time, and he just got to the point where like he came to me and he was like, "Yo, like this turned into a real business," and
I
like
didn't even want to do that. I was trying to make like a hobby out of it, like make a couple bucks on the side, and he's like, this is working a little bit. It could work a lot. Like let me like come in as a partner, and I was like, I was like ready to close the doors on the whole thing. I'm like, it's just too much. You know what I mean? And he put me in one of his music studio rooms. It was like a 10 by 10 room, and then we started doing promo and stuff, and then that's when we came up with the idea to do all these limited edition products. And then we went from a 10 by 10 to a 15 by 15, and then we ended up building a whole new, shop pretty much. And it's just been growing ever since in that direction.
yeah. And what's crazy is like the limited editions wasn't like a strategic marketing strategy. Like we'll make these cool things that will drive hype to our website that will make people buy our regular products. It was just like he's like, oh, you know what we should do? We should make like a vampire hunter kit, and the cross, you could open it up, and inside there'll be pomade, and we can make fake spider web. Like, you know what I mean? He just goes all in on these
Just
crazy
for fun of
ideas. But what happened is it worked in that exact way where like we would make them, and our whole thing is we make media of everything we do. Like media is a huge portion of our business. Again, for something that's just we're super passionate about. It's just fun. Like the whole limited edition and making the media just became really fun to us to do, and the people loved it, and it worked in that way where they would sell out, and then it would drive traffic to our website for the people that did want to buy, that didn't know about our regular products, because people would share them and stuff like that. So it was just kind of so back to what I was doing with the Creeper. So we come from like a before we were in like barbershops and doing wholesale and all that. We were in like a really niche market, which was wet shaving, which is like people that shave the traditional way with like old like Italian style hot process, like handmade soap, and we made custom shaving brushes with bear knots and all that. And so a lot of our customer base in the beginning was all shavers, like really like, and I don't mean like normal shavers, like these people, they just care about shaving. Like it's like
That's their like a main hobby.
Yeah. So
I was one of those guys when I first got into
that's
it.
what made you start.
I was really into wet shaving. I thought it was the coolest thing, the old brushes and the straight razors and sharpening them and all that stuff. And like it was a pretty big market, but there was no big players in the market. So when I started, I was making like fragrances that were never made in shaving soap before. It was always like, for men, it was like sandalwood, lavender, almond, and that was it. So I was doing like whiskey-based aftershaves. And so we're always trying to do like new stuff.